after the great start we've had to the 4-pack Cloudwater collaboration beers from Tesco, we're going in again. This time we're looking at Rock Leopard. This is another collaboration with Cloudwater, but this is another single hop IPA, this time using Mosaic. But what's it going to be like, and can it be as good as the Citra one? Keep on watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. If it's one thing we like on Rocker's Beer Review, it's beers with the word rock somewhere involved in it. And this is this one here, Cloudwater and Rock Leopard. So we've got this lovely purple can, and Rock Leopard are a brewery where that are collaborating obviously with Cloudwater on these beers. It says here, inspired by a love of the couchant noble cat and music, Rock Leopard Brewery is on a mission to prove this privilege is a platform which can and should be used for good. Our beers are solid interpretations of the hop-forward beers we love, always passion delivered, fiercely anti-intolerance. This one's with Mosaic, another sort of hop that's used quite a lot on its own. And well, the Citra one we had from Queer Brewing was excellent. So let's hope this one's just as good. Let's crack this one open, get it out of the can into a glass, and see whether it's as good as that one. As I say, that one was really good. I really enjoyed that one. And I'm hoping this is going to be equally as good. I don't want there to be a box of beers where you get one really great one and all the others are rubbish. So beer in a glass, it's a little bit darker than the last one, much more sort of orange coloured. We've got a 2-finger sort of, again, off-white, very tightly compacted head. Certainly looks nice. It's very orangey. Let's see what sort of aromas we're going to get. Yeah, we're getting more of a sort of tropical and stone fruits in here now. You're getting the mango, obviously, which is a big tropical. And actually, I'm getting very sweet pineapple in here. You know, it's funny because the other one had a sort of this smells quite different than the Citra one, but I'm still coming up with the same sort of fruits, which is a bit strange. It's just a little bit more sweeter. So you're getting, the mango is just a little bit more ripened, I suppose. The pineapple is more like your sweet pineapple chunks. I'm not really getting much citrus in there. I'm also getting a sort of, almost like a blueberry or something, some sort of sweet fruit in there as well. Again, like the last one, it smells really great. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Again, it's got a nice soft mouthfeel. The big difference with this one is that the fruits are a lot more riper, a little bit more dank even. Mosaic can have that sort of profile really. So you're getting mango, and you're getting a little bit of something like a blueberry or something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that, you know, with the Mosaic hop, you get that sort of bubblegum flavour. It's a sweet sort of dark fruit flavour, I think. It's difficult to actually sort of pin what it is. Then you're getting a little bit of more dank apricot peach in there as well. And it's not as sort of fresh and as bouncy, I suppose, as say the Citra IPA is. It's a lot more, I suppose, it's, you know, even though it's one hop, but there's something about it that's much more hop forward for me. You know, you're getting a lot more of that sort of big hoppy sort of taste. It's a lot more chewier, a lot more to get your tongue around, really, a lot more flavour in there. It's got a really nice soft mouthfeel, but it's more stone fruity than it is sort of those sort of lighter sort of pineapple, tropical and citrus notes, which is more the Citra sort of hop. And I think that's why you get Citra and Mosaic quite a lot together, because they have a very good balance together. My preference, I think, is I prefer the Citra hop in terms of single than the Mosaic. But again, that's my personal opinion. It's another really nice beer, full of flavour. It's much more hoppier, and I don't know how to describe that compared with the Citra one. It's just got a lot more going on in it. It just tastes more. The flavours are there, and as I said, for me, it's all about. I mean, there's no. Let's cut to the chase. There's no fruit in these beers. You know, I've talked for many weeks and months about the beers, and it tastes like mango and tastes like pineapple. We've got citrus fruits in there. We've got stone fruits, etc., etc. But there's no fruit in here, and that's the thing with the Mosaic hop. It creates that fruit flavour, but it's a lot more ripened fruit. It's a lot more sort of fruit that's been left a little bit longer, where Citra, on the other hand, is much more about those sort of much more fresher fruits, sort of newly picked sort of fruits that have that very sort of fresh taste, much more sort of more zesty, I suppose. But with the Mosaic, you're getting much more of a sort of what we call a more dank flavour, I think. So it's another good beer. In my opinion, I don't think it's as good as the Queer Brewing one, which was the Citra hop, but it's still a good beer. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I've got some more Mosaic only hop beers in the fridge coming soon, some new ones from Asda, and we'll be interested to see how do they compare with this one, because again, we've had quite a few beers with just Mosaic in it. I'm more of a fan of beers that have got multiple hops in, to be honest. But I do like a Citra. But Mosaic on its own, I think the jury's still out. It's still a good beer. It's got a lovely flavour to it. But let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for this Rock Leopard and Cloudwater single hop Mosaic IPA, coming at 6% in this 440ml can. Part of the 4 cans for £10 box, collaboration box. It's another good beer. I don't think it's as good as the Queer Brewing Citra, but that's maybe more about my personal opinion in terms of Citra hops against Mosaic hops. But let's go for the score. First things first, aroma. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lovely aroma. You've got big peach and mango, bit of pineapple, apricot, much more on the stone fruit aroma, but it's still really pleasant. So I'm giving it 14 for aroma. Appearance-wise, well, we've got a lot more of a sort of orange sort of coloured beer. We did have a nice little, I mean, you look at the lace in the glass there. That looks great. It's another lovely hazy sort of IPA, and I think it's pretty solid. So I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Flavour-wise, well, similar to the Rock Leopard, the Queer Brewing one. It's got nice mouthfeel. Not quite as creamy as that, but I think that's just basically because you get much more peach and apricot and mango as being the big hitters. You're not really getting pineapple flavours. You're not getting citrus flavours. So that gives it a lot more of a chewy, slightly dank flavour, which to some people, they'd be all over that. That's what they love. You know, for me, I like it a little bit fresher. I like it a little bit more citrusy. The flavour's still there though. I mean, there's a lot of flavour there, and you know, we drink a lot of IPAs on this channel, and we've had lots of IPAs with a similar sort of flavour that we paid a lot more for, and this is up there with a very solid Mosaic hop IPA. So I think I'm giving it 32 for flavour, and I think that's more. I think I marking it down a little bit just because I like a little bit more citrus and a bit more grapefruit in there, a little bit more of those sort of fresh citrus flavours. So 32 for flavour. Value for money, well, again, if we call this part of a pack of 4 beers for £10, then it works out £2.50 a can. That's really good value for money for this sort of 6% IPA, I think. Obviously, that one of these beers in the pack is a non-alcohol beer, so if we discount that and we're looking at £3.30 for free sort of 6% beers, still good value for money. So I'm giving it 9 out of 10. And then my overall experience, well, I've got to admit, I am going to be comparing this with the other beers from the box, and I don't think so far it's as good as the Queer Brewing one. I just prefer that the use of the Citra hop in that one I thought was pretty damn good, and one of the best Citra IPAs. Mosaic as a single hop doesn't work for me as much, so in terms of my overall experience, I'm not going to give it as high. It's still a really good beer, and there's certainly nothing wrong with this at all. There's no bitterness. It's got quite a reasonably soft mouthfeel, not as soft and creamy, but I think that's more to do with the flavours that come through that sort of give that impression that it's not as creamy. But I'm giving it 13 for overall experience. So we top those scores up, and we're getting still a very solid 76 out of 100. It's a Whitesnake beer that you got to slip in. You got to slip it down, slide it in even, slide it in, slow and easy. God, this is only my second beer of the day. That's already a slip of the tongue there. It's a very good beer. It's great part of that box. We've got Simcoe next. Now, Simcoe can be a little bit more West Coasty, I suppose. You got more pine needles in a Simcoe beer. But saying that, I had a single hop Simcoe beer last year from Verdant, and it was probably the highest rated beer of the year. So, could that one be as good? Well, you just got to subscribe to find out when I release that video. Like this one, it really helps the channel. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one. And until then, keep on rocking.